Mr. Shimano, I'm sorry.
All right, little excitement, guys. Little excitement, class of 94. Come on, there you go. Yeah, that's it. Liven it up a bit. Here we go. Woo! Hello, wake up, guys, wake up.
Hey, I'm up.
Who are you? Yeah.
All right. Ladies, hello.
Hi.
Hey.
That's enough yet?
Jerk.
Therese, are you hot? Therese is back there.
Call God. Oh. Freeze, Aid. Hold.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Call God. Carry. Hold.
I would ask the members of the William Floyd High School Chorus, the graduating seniors, under the direction of Mr. Jeffrey Lipton, to please come forward at this time.
On.
Whose sun shines and bright stars through the perilous fight. On the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming. And the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, came through the night, that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Education is what remains when we have forgotten all that we have been taught. It is your character, your values, and your personality. We have offered you the means to achieve what life holds in store for each of you in the future. Take advantage of every opportunity to excel that comes your way. You, the class of 1994, have left a strong legacy that will always be a part of William Floyd High School. You were instrumental in the continued success and growth of our Renaissance program. Your school's spirit supported historic League One titles and a Suffolk County championship this year. And you continue to demonstrate outstanding talent statewide in art with the capturing of the New York State Art Scholarship and with your continued remarkable achievements in government in the halls of the Albany Legislature. Thank you for providing us with the sense of pride that we have felt over your many academic, athletic, and extracurricular successes over the last 4 years. You have managed to balance your achievements in the classroom with those on the athletic field. And outside of the classroom, you have given freely of your time to demonstrate your concern for those in your community who have needed your assistance. Thank you for challenging us to continuously offer you the best possible education, both in and outside of the classroom, that we could. For some of you whose behavior meant that we got to meet each other on a more frequent, sometimes daily basis, you've given me proof, as Mark Twain once observed, that you never let schooling interfere with your education. And now I would ask you, the graduates, to please give a warm round of applause to thank the people who are most responsible for your achievement here today, your parents. I wish you the best of success in the future. We will miss you in the hallways, the bleachers, and especially in the lobby after school. Continue to take with you that colonial pride and spirit that is the essence of the class of 1994, and hopefully will be a part of your lives forever. Thank you. you the pastor of St. Jude's Roman Catholic Church, who will share opening remarks with you, Reverend Joseph Miro.
Dear graduates, in the 19th century, streets weren't illuminated with electric lights. They were illuminated with natural gas lights, which meant that each evening someone had to go and light each one. The 19th century author John Ruskin once observed such a lamplighter across a dark alley. He couldn't see the person lighting the lamps. All they could see was the lights left behind. And he commented that that is how each one of us should live, with leaving lights behind them, making our world a better place to live. A few months ago, in the cold and dark of this past winter, I took part in the funeral of a young man who died from AIDS. And I couldn't help but think of what he must have felt a few years ago when he sat where you sit on this field, graduating from Floyd High School. And I couldn't help but think that what would happen a few years later to him must have been an impossible thought on that day. My dear young people, you have received in your education from your teachers, your parents, your instructors, and whatever group or community that forms your ethics, all you really need to know to find true and lasting happiness in life. That's our wish for you today. Remain true to what you have learned, and you will find happiness. But we wish even more for you. That beyond avoiding the tragedies of life, that you find true and lasting happiness each day of your lives. And that you too will lighten the world with the lights of your own lives and make it better for all of us. Congratulations to you. Our best wishes go with you.
Thank you, Father Miro. It is now with a great sense of pride that I present to you the salutatorian for the class of 1994, Keith Warno.
Fellow William Floyd High School graduates, friends, family, and relatives. Today we are gathered here to recognize and to celebrate the outstanding achievements of 536 unique individuals, each with their own personalities and intellectual capabilities that have grown over the past 13 years into what we see before us in green and white. Many of us here today, including my fellow graduates, parents, and teachers, may find themselves, in their minds, waiting backward and forward through the sands of time relative to where we all stand at this very moment, among those eternal grains. These such people, of which I am one as well, are recalling with vivid memories the previous 13 enduring years, all of which I and the rest of the class of 1994 have survived with the proverbial flying colors. Perhaps a rainbow stretched across the sands of time from the left to the right. We are all also not just looking back on our bright past, but also towards the future, which appears just as bright, if not even brighter, than the previous 13 years that all of us have lived together. But it must be said that the rainbow at present, is in reality much more luminous and defined to the left side of the sands than it is to the right, only because the events of the years to come are not set. Thus, we must focus on the events of the previous 13 years, which have been set, which have molded the personalities and the intellect. Of the 536 William-Floyd High School graduates here today, and will play as a foundation for success in oncoming years. 13 years ago, more than a majority of the graduates seated here in this field, and myself as well, were about 5 years of age and just beginning a long and seemingly difficult school career. Yes, at this ripe young age, we were attending William Floyd Kindergarten, which to us at that time was a brand new experience. Being away from home, and mom and dad for the first time, and in the hands of a stranger whose kind we never knew would grow to become our friends. We were in fact not much more than a bunch of toy and cartoon-obsessed children, with simple dreams extending not much further than to maybe, someday, visit Mickey and Minnie amongst the palm trees of Florida at Disneyland. But we were worth, at absolute least, our weight in gold because we had young, open minds that could be gradually molded and shaped through the education and guidance provided by a number of valuable sources. Molded into what, you may ask? Just look around you, and you'll see 536 priceless individuals, each transformed from a giddy little school child into a promising young adult, with a dream and proven ability to make a significant difference in the world of the future. We, the William Floyd graduates of 1994, are in fact the result of a great progressive growth, both intellectually and socially, which has been catalyzed by those valuable sources that have guided us and educated us for the past 13 years. Our moms and dads, family, friends, girlfriends and boyfriends, and all of the teachers. These people deserve as much recognition as do the graduates that are seated here, because they cheered us on through all our good times and show an unrelenting effort to help us through all our difficulties. With their knowledge, care, and love that they never failed to pass on to us, each of these individuals has helped in their own invaluable way to make that rainbow that exists over the sands of time to appear. They have, in essence, made us who and what we are today, and who and what we could be in the future. Without their influence, we, the William Floyd graduates of 1994, cannot be seated here today. Thus, as we head out into the world to accomplish our dreams, to make that rainbow above the right side of the sands of time as bright as it could ever be, we are obliged to remember the 13 years that we have all spent here together, because they are our foundation. They are who we are. Thank you.
Thank you, Keith. I'm very pleased at this time to present to you someone who has given many years of service to the William Floyd School Board and who will be making some very special remarks to you, the class of 1994. Very proud to introduce to you Mrs. Jean Ann Dawson.
Thank you, Mr. Feeney. It is my pleasure to officially represent your Board of Education today. It is not always easy to be a board member, but when we stand before you today, suddenly all the hard work and outreach turn to joy. On behalf of Mr. Hennessy and Mr. Mensch, who apologize for not being here, Mr. Colby, Mr. Fredo, Mr. Guiducci, and Mr. Pascal, I extend warm wishes of congratulations and best wishes for your continued success. And now, unofficially, since my daughter is a member of this class, I am able to speak with you with a parent's special love in my heart and a strong sense of pride in your accomplishments. I have personally watched this class from the day you climbed on the kindergarten bus, carefully looking for your Sesame Street characters. I remember the day you picked up your first instrument, suited up for your first varsity sport. I've watched you take on the challenges of advanced math, biology, and foreign languages. When you were in the 5th grade, I spoke at Tangier Smith's Moving Up exercise. I spoke of a song Whitney Houston sang. She sang, "I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Your parents and your community have provided you with all the educational tools in order that you may lead the way, and that you did. As musicians, you brought home the trophy almost every time. As artists, the first place ribbons are too numerous to mention. Youth in government took over the state of New York. Honor Society, class and student council took on school, civic, and charitable projects that showed your caring leadership qualities. And the cheerleaders and Rockettes supported the teams that put on Copeland and Floyd on the map. Whitney goes on to sing, "Show them all the beauty they possess inside." As you leave this field today, as William Floyd graduates, please know this. Each and every one of you possess your own unique, special beauty. And it is that beauty from within that is going to enable you to follow your dreams. Good luck, and God bless you.
Thank you, Mrs. Dawson. It's now with a great sense of pride and accomplishment that I present to you the Superintendent of Schools for the William Floyd School District, Mr. Wayne Williams.
Thank you, Mr. Feeney. Good morning. It's a real honor for me to be here on this special day, giving recognition to the accomplishments of our graduating class of '94. And before we turn to the focus of this day, to the much-deserved praise for our students, I want to take this opportunity to thank the parents for the important role you have played in this educational success. The love, support, patience, and guidance which you have so generously given to our graduates has been vital in helping them meet the many challenges encountered in their long and sometimes difficult educational journey to this very special day. Praise is also well deserved for our fine teaching and administrative staff. They have made giant contributions to the educational success of our students. The teaching, learning process is not easy, but the expertise, dedication, and patience of our staff has enabled the school to be successful in this very complex learning process. The members of the '94 graduating class have distinguished themselves in many areas, and much of it is touched upon, but I think the accomplishments are so significant, I just want to run over a few of them. Take a few moments. Many have been accepted in outstanding colleges and universities throughout the country. Many have received scholarships to these colleges. 2 of the graduates this year achieved recognition as National Merit Commended Scholars. Members of this class captured the highest amount of honors of any school participating in the competitive New York State Youth in Government program. This class also has a Newsday High Awards winner and a Sons of Italy State Essay winner. Also in this class, we have the Big Four champions in football and the boys basketball. And the boys basketball were League One, Class A, and Suffolk County champions. The boys and girls basketball teams won the sportsmanship awards from their respective Basketball Officials Association. And this was the first time a boys and girls team from the same school has ever won this award. The wrestling team won the Section 11 Sportsmanship Award by receiving the highest ratings over the course of their wrestling season. Many athletes in this class achieved all-county, all-league, and all-division, and also all-conference status. In music, the class of '94 achieved superior ratings and first-place awards for band, orchestra, and chorus at competitions in Richmond, Virginia. as well as earned gold ratings at the New York State School Music Association. Also, 18 students were accepted as members of the All-State Performing Groups, 28 accepted to All County Performing Groups, and 5 accepted to All Eastern. We have 10 winners in the South Bay Art Association and 3 winners in the Islip Art Museum contest. The class also demonstrated the importance of being sensitive to others by getting involved with the Key Club, the Honor Society, Interact, Student Council, and other clubs, sponsoring many projects that were sensitive to the needs of others and address those needs. These accomplishments and many others clearly indicate that the members of the class of '94 have not only completed their requirements for graduation, but have done so in a very broad and impressive manner. For some of you, it was easier than for others. However, for all of you, it is an accomplishment which gives all of us here today a tremendous amount of pride. You have successfully completed this important part of your education. However, it is crucial to your future success and opportunities that your learning does not end with this ceremony. It is not enough to breathe a sigh of relief and figure that your learning days are over. A high school education is only successful if it motivates its graduates to become enthusiastic, lifetime learners. It is also important in your future to continue to develop and act upon a sensitivity and concern for others. Get involved with things and causes beyond your own self-interest. Our society has many glaring needs and problems which cry out to be addressed. Because of what you have accomplished to reach this point in your education, you should feel confident about your future. However, it is important to realize that this exciting future will contain some frustrations and disappointments. When you do hit these bumps in the path leading to your high goals, don't allow these disappointments to discourage you and force you to give up on your dreams and aspirations. Disappointments and failure are part of living a full and exciting life. Failure to fully develop your talents and interests and to live life fully is the only failure which should be avoided at all costs. This is now a special time for each of you to begin the next step in your life towards your exciting personal goals. It is also a good time to pause and give some thought to the very special people in your lives who have helped you along the way. Parents, relatives, friends, teachers, administrators, and others whose support, understanding, and encouragement have been important to you. Your success in the William Floyd School District is proof that you can succeed in the future. Again, my congratulations and good luck. The graduates, now we're into the important part of the program. The graduates of the class of '94 will now prepare to receive your diplomas.
Adams. Evelyn Amber Sambansky. Lara Janine Gaspari. Aaron Adams Melia. Sean E. Fisher. Deborah Jean Neese. Carla Fiore. Jennifer Lee Polio. Dawn Lisa Barr. Bobby Ann Reichert. Lisa Marie Giuliano. Anne Marie Swanson. Lisa Marie DeSetto. Heather Rachel Rose. Tara Ann DeLuca. Janine Patricia Menino.
Danielle Camille Coletti.
Melissa Marie Warren.
Sandra Marie Drury.
Elizabeth Marie Mallon.
Crystal Kaylee Brooks.
Helen Megan McMasters.
Michelle Lynn Banducci.
Jacqueline Rose Natrida.
Melissa Robin Doctor.
Julianne Marie Mazzara.
Frank Agelis.
Robert Charles Riley.
Francis L. Amalfitano.
Joseph Rosello.
John James Anselmo.
Dennis William McNulty Jr.
Wayne Richard Algier Jr.
Peter Persino.
Oliver J. McGahee.
William Ray Willits.
Raymond Howard Albanese.
Matthew Mark Minelli.
Walter Paul Adamite.
Anthony Laria.
Richard Michael Allen.
Joseph Louis Yanis.
Robert Dean Hodgson Jr.
William Lovelock.
Frank C. Majori.
Lou LeBron.
Fred Joseph Armstrong.
Paul J. Leva.
Danny Alcaves.
Keith Richard Warno.
Michael J. Kashia.
Sean Anthony Lincoln.
Theodore Ganellis.
Randy M. Long.
Mark Robert Cuchilla.
Stephen Louis Liuzzi.
Dawn Natalie Maria Alfano.
Joseph John Linsalata III.
Nancy Rose Ashton.
Gina Iazetta.
Dawn Marie Awolf.
Nicole S. Hoagland.
Jamie Lynn Allen.
Mary Alice Kelly.
Shireen Amy Azad.
Roxanne Johnson.
Stacy Ann Ambrosia.
Stacy Lynn Jackson.
Lisa Marie Baldessara.
Jennifer Laurie Ippolito.
Wendy Diane Anderson.
Nicole Imbasciani.
Doreen Lynn Anderson.
Rebecca Eileen Hoffman.
Victoria Margaret Aker.
Robin Hiller.
Linda Ann Anderson.
Carolyn A. Jones.
Jean Marie Audette.
Catherine Ann Hummel.
Amy L. Auer.
Joy Hum.
Danielle Lee Astramovich.
Victoria Marie Hodgson.
Kathleen Elizabeth Abraham. Vincent Baccio.
David A. Mims.
Brian Brown.
Antonio Maltese.
Paul Belmonte.
Andrew Laurer.
Tim Bourne.
Mark Malazzo.
John C. Breeder.
Brian W. Lumsden.
Timothy Butler.
Christopher V. McNally.
Michael Frank Botigo.
Kenneth J. Marangio.
Michael Lee Baker Jr.
Alan James Metz Jr.
Keith Henry Behrens.
David W. Mintzer.
James T. Bono.
Stephen S. Michaelinas.
Mark Birch.
Alexander J. Luntz.
Eric Gary Barilli.
Brian Joseph Makashe.
Tolga Batir.
Jason Robert Mignona.
Dale Boucher.
David Paul Meisenholder.
Justine Bazada.
Kathleen Elizabeth Larkin.
Tina Marie Bloom.
Fran L. Laylor.
Dana Barker.
Kara Jean Lambert.
Lisa Marie Bartelli.
Melody Ann Kraus.
Alicia Ann Berra.
Jennifer Michelle Hume.
Jennifer Ann Beck.
Heather Landau.
Mary Alice Pojito.
Susan Kirsten.
Audrey Bartlett.
Christina Ann Koska.
Nicole Billsborough.
Mary Ellen Klein.
Maria Bracone.
Jacqueline Lenore Lampett.
Carolyn Marie Borak.
Lori Ann Krebs.
Tara Lynn Becker.
Stacy Lynn Kroll.
Kimberly Marie Banky.
Tammy Victoria Kelly.
Christine Marie Bevis.
Phyllis E. Lamia.
Jennifer Marie Beatty.
Daniel Scott Nelson.
Michael John Clawberg.
Craig Morano.
Christopher Michael Coffin.
Ramon Luis Oliveras.
Vincent A. Ciabatta.
Arthur Mazowski.
Michael Kelly.
Derek Opici.
Shane D. Compton.
Matthew M. Mulvihill.
Darren Carlisle.
William Trevor O'Neill.
William Caballero.
John Dominic Neary.
Joseph Congito.
Chi Young Ing.
Jason Kane.
Edward Murray.
John C. Clark, Jr.
Brian Norton.
Clifford Andrew Clark.
Robert P. Murray.
George Pete Clancy, Jr.
Mark Anthony Ortiz.
Michael Carmody.
Deanna Elizabeth Blunt.
Jerry Kancelarich.
Maria Adelina Nails.
James J. Carroll.
Jody Ann Leonard.
Angelo Casarino.
Marlena Ann Lebrano.
Lynn Ann Cassio.
Lisa Ann Lutjens.
Samantha Carlisle.
Nicole McGurko.
Anna Marie Buchetta.
Carrie Ann Luzak.
Amy Lynn Brown.
Marie Teresa Lohr.
Lynn Marie Boconsiglio.
Melissa F. Mannion.
Regina Lynn Byrne.
Lisa Lapardo.
Stephanie Ann Brigiotti.
Aaron Lynch.
Nina Ann Carter.
Gracel Lopez.
Stacy M. Braddis.
Joanna Maloney.
Latoya Cherie Brown.
Christina Marie Lescari.
Nicole Diane Carter.
Catherine Helen Leo.
Jennifer K. Brady.
Jeffrey John Panessa.
Elaine Brown.
Philip J. Cristano.
Catherine Ryan Brazell.
Robert M. Proveromo.
Tabitha Carlisle.
Eric M. Curley.
Dino, fly like a butterfly, sting like a bee, Diana.
Michael Joseph Kirsch.
Last year, Giovanna.
Sean P. Pollock.
Ryan Dennis.
Brian Michael Hanser.
Charles Andrew Cornell Jr.
Peter F. Perazzi.
Frank P. Dahl.
Frank R. Hero.
Salvatore K. Pasquale.
Vincent Michael Piccarello.
Michael V. DiPiero.
Miguel Angel Osorio.
Matthew F. Damiani.
Rafael A. Ortiz Jr.
Richard Cristofori. Shaquan Taniqua McMullen. Thomas DiMaggio. Renee Jeanette McNeil. Robert A. DiFrancesco. Colleen Lynn Mastrati. Robert DeCaro. Christine Marino. Christopher J. Conti. Kelly Ann Marlowe. Patrick Henry Crane. Tony Ann Masso. Stephanie Eileen Koznick. Michelle Marie Musetti. Latoya Chandler. Michelle Mathey. Olympia Christophoratos. Leslie A. Miller. Danielle Collins. Tina Marie Merrill. Jennifer Cherato. Maureen Francis Murdoch. Dawn Marie Ciccarello. Teresa A. McCradden. Laura Ann Connor. Colleen McLaughlin. Santa Maria Castello. Rebecca Emily Maragos. Janet.
Matthew Schluter.
Jody Ann Dixon.
William Snyder.
Julia Dorish.
James Seeger.
Kenyatta Renee Edwards.
James W. Smith.
Jimmy Gong.
John Schroeder.
John Patrick Gallagher.
Asa Shaw.
Brian D. Green.
Robert Sirianni Jr.
Anthony M. Garufi.
Joseph Scotia.
Michael P. Grossman.
Carl J. Slodisco.
Marshall Gross.
David M. Struppa.
Cedric Gonzalez.
Scott E. Sievers.
Michael P. Geis. Janine Noel Roten. Christopher Edward Goodbrake. Jennifer Danielle Rodriguez. Edward Charles Gerbino. Mary Ellen Weaver. James Stephen Gales Jr. Kathy Lynn Rump. Thomas Anthony Gross. Robin Ruditis. Matthew C. Gonzalez. Yvonne Lisa Revitlow. Jeffrey Thomas Gosselin. Michelle Briquette. Marie Farrow.
Lisa Ann Marie Reynolds.
Candace Dawn Friday.
Lynn Marie Rose.
Michelle Renee Ferrone.
Tracy Rutwinski.
Jill Ann Familetti.
Carrie Ann Provost.
Melissa Ann Farrell.
Donna Ann Powells.
Rose Ann Freza.
Joy Marie Ruaco.
Jerry L. Francis.
Justina Puentel.
Courtney Ann Ingman.
Mary Denise Redmond.
Shannon Samantha Egan.
Teresa Ann Rafton.
Sarah Allison Ferraro.
Jason Winchcombe.
Francis Frignito.
John Wisnowski.
Jody Ann Foley.
Jerome Jack Vitale.
Anna Galati.
William Joseph Winters.
Angela Marie Francis.
Jonathan Michael Subject.
Dawn Marie Galinsky.
Esteban Moises Vasquez.
Profomos John Imprixis.
Brian Young.
John Hetman.
William J. Webb.
Sean Henderson.
Corey J. White.
Sean Kevin Sebastian Hogue.
Robert James Tassone.
Gary Hubbard.
Edward Zagorski.
Kyle Horseman.
Avon Terracino.
John Hanson.
Anthony Vitigliano.
Danielle Guastella.
Joseph E. Sunderberg Jr.
Fred Paul Hicks.
Christopher Vendetto.
Terrence Nathaniel Jackson.
Julie Ann Soto.
Conrad Halka.
Elizabeth Jones Seaton.
Thomas J. Heafy.
Jenny Marie Shella.
Nicole Greenwood.
Stacy Marie Giambalvo. Barbara Stark. Linda Ann Hayes. Tina Marie Schoenberger.
Maria Y. Guevara.
Louise Sorrentino.
Lorna E. Gilbert.
Christine Ann Somolinsky.
Micah Hill.
Kelly Jean Stagnant.
Melissa Georgakis.
Gail Helen Schaefer.
Janine Marie Gazzola.
Patricia Ann Sayas.
Kathleen Marie Getchis.
Medea Celine.
Margaret Caroline Gallagher.
Diane Marie Sarno.
Erin Griffiths.
Tina Marie Santarelli.
Christine Graziano. Conti. Richard Kennard. Tanya Sotelli. James T. Johnson. Sharice Renee Sumter. Michael Lamberti. Sally Torres. Stephen Johntree. Wendy Kathleen Thorpe. Andrew Laudicina. Jessica Joy Stewart. Alfred Carose. Stacy Teachin. Andrew Scott Larcombe. John LaCourte. Jamie Strano. Eddie Keskin, excuse me. Tara Ann Samuelson. Joseph Hoffman. Anne-Marie Scarpantonio. Matthew Kruk. Jamie Lee Tomasulo. Harold William Klein. Amy Scaccio. Robbie Call. Dawn Marie Van Orden. Michelle Christie Winnick. Jennifer Ann Wood. Kristen Worth. Christine Marie Vedic. Christina Marie Winter. Alana Joy Walsh. Dawn Yvonne Williams. Sharice Marie Walker. Jean Marie Wesnowski. Patricia A. Zarella. Michelle Weiss. Rochelle Woods. Eileen Wanaker. Kathleen Whalen. Jennifer Lynn Zecca. Jennifer Marie Zelnowski.
It's a great privilege for me at this time to introduce to you the distinguished valedictorian for the class of 1994, Robert Allen.
Thank you. Before I begin my speech, I would just like to give a word of thanks to the people who have made this all possible for me to be standing where I am today, and that is my parents, my grandparents, and my friends, all of you. Thank you. Superintendent Williams, distinguished board members, Mr. Feeney, parents, friends. Today, we, the members of the class of 1994, are filled with mixed emotions. Our thoughts reflect back upon the memories we have of our years here at William Floyd. We remember our days at PACA, when we thought that this day would never arrive. We remember the football games, and especially homecoming. And who could ever forget the feeling we had when we rushed onto the basketball court at Stony Brook after our varsity basketball team had won a Summer County championship. In the same respect, we remember our struggles and the many barriers which stood in the way of our being able to sit where we are today. Looking back upon these obstacles, we must all be filled with a deep sense of pride. We have done it. We are the newest graduates of William Floyd High School, and no one can take that away from us. It gives us all confidence to know that we have come so far since childhood. But this is not the end. There are no ends in this world, only beginnings. Today we begin our most challenging journey yet. Today, we become men and women of the world. We must not look mournfully into the past saying, I should have done this or I should have done that, for the past never again returns. We must improve the present, for it is ours. And above all, we must go forth and meet the shadowy future that lies before us without fear and with a courageous heart. All too often I hear the ridicules and criticisms of people who say that ours is a generation which has lost its way. I only wish that those people and those non-believers could be standing where I am right now. Looking out upon this graduating class, I see a bright and hopeful future. I see a group of people with a dedication and desire to make a difference in the world, and what I see makes me very proud. The future is a world limited only by ourselves. The noblest question in the world, observed Benjamin Franklin, is what good may I do in it? The phrase, hang in there, is more than an expression of encouragement to someone experiencing hardship or difficulty. It is sound advice for anyone intent on doing good in the world. Perseverance is an essential quality of character and high-level leadership, and it is one which we must all possess if we are to continue to be successful. There is a poem I once read which epitomizes the way I feel about the future. The poem is entitled, You Mustn't Quit, and the first stanza reads as follows. When things go wrong, as they sometimes will, when the road you're trudging seems all uphill, when the funds are low and the debts are high, and you want to smile but you have to sigh, when care is pressing you down a bit, rest if you must, but never quit. Whatever goal you set out to achieve can be reached if you have a sense of dedication and courage. Saying you will do something may take one kind of courage, but actually doing it requires a different type. Real bravery lies in deeds, not in words. The ones who dare to do what we now take for granted are the ones that we always remember. Our destiny offers not the cup of despair, but the chalice of opportunity. So let us seize it not in fear, but in confidence. I ask you, the members of the class of 1994, to join me in the traditional turning of the tassel from the right side of your caps to the left. In this symbolic action, you have closed the door on one world and have opened the door to the future. We're now graduates of William Floyd High School. Good luck to you all.
I'd ask at this time to call forward Mr. Robert Ernst, the pastor of Grace Lutheran Church, to address you with a few closing remarks. Reverend Ernst.
A teacher asked his class to write the following day on what is courage. He said, be prepared, think about it, and come the next day, I want you to write the whole period on what is courage. The next day, the students came. They took out their papers and he said, let's begin. I want you to write, spend the time on what is courage. Most of the students spent the whole time and filled a couple of pages trying to write down what that is, except for one student. One student just sat there during the whole time, didn't write anything. And just before the end of the period, he wrote down 2 words. Just 2 words. Handed in the paper as the bell rang, and the class left for the day. Later that night, he received a phone call from that teacher. He thought for sure he had failed. He thought for sure something was going to happen. But the teacher said to him, "That was the best thing that I ever read out of all the papers. I'd like to spend some time with you sometime." Those words, if you come to church on Sunday, I'll tell you what those two words were. No, the words that he wrote were, "This is." What is courage? This is. Some of you are going to work on that for a little while. Some of you got it right away. Courage is not just studying about it. Courage is not just thinking about it. Courage is not just writing about it. Courage is action. Courage is doing something. And so my prayer, if I might use that word in this time and place, my prayer is that you might be people of courage. As the Bible says, people who would stand for what is right and just and true when many people are falling for many different things. My prayer is that you might be people who have the courage to look out not only for yourselves, but for others. May God bless you, graduates and men and women of courage.
Thank you, Reverend Ernst. I'd like at this time to ask the members of the seniors from the high school chorus, please come forward. Again, under the direction of Mr. Jeffrey Lipton, to close our ceremony. seniors.
Press the button. Right on.